Sorry about that, babe.
What's up, guys? It's Cody K the Bear here at Bits and Glory, and we are back with another pickups video. These pickups are going to be spanning over the course of 2 months, including a few things that you may have seen if you watched my Robot City Games video, as well as follow me on Instagram. However, I have not yet documented these things on the channel, and now is the time. Don't know when this is going to be released, but wanted to get it recorded so I can get these things on the shelves. So let's just get cracking, shall we? First things first, I did a little deal with Jimmy. I can't remember the deal now off the top of my head. It was like a buy-sell trade thing, and I ended up getting some Xbox games from him. I'll just show them all off at once, because I'm not a big Xbox collector. We got 007 Agent Under Fire, the Platinum Hits version, 007 from Russia with Love, and the one that I wanted the most, which was Morrowind. This is not the Game of the Year edition or whatever that comes with the expansion, but it does have the map in it, which is pretty cool. I do want to get through the Elder Scrolls game at some point on my channel. I know that's going to take a long fucking time. It ain't going to be anytime soon. It's not going to be this year, I'll tell you that much. Probably going to end up playing the PC version, but it's cool to have this. When I was a kid, friend of the channel, Alpha's Back, bought me, I think it was the Morrowind, it was like the Platinum Hits version, so it might have had the expansion. At the time, I had no idea what I was doing, and I hated the game, but I actually played a bit of Morrowind a few years ago, and I was really enjoying it. I just kind of got sidetracked and never finished it, so. Thank you for the trade, Jimmy. And next, we have kind of a random pickup that I got on Mercari. It's a game that I had loose, but this popped up for a pretty good deal, complete in box. So when all said and done, and I sell my loose copy, this basically came to about $3. It was like an insane deal. Not a rare game by any means, but it's a game that I just didn't have complete, so. That is Sonic Spinball. Believe it or not, this game's actually pretty fun. I remember playing it quite a bit as a kid. A lot of pinball games are actually really fun when you really kind of dive into them. This sort of, has that Sonic aesthetic. And it's not just like a typical pinball game because of that Sonic aesthetic. I actually recommend it. It's a good game, so I'm happy to have it complete in box. And obviously I'll flip the cartridge, whether it be at a retro game store, eBay, whatever, I don't know. It's not worth that much anyway, but it's still cool to have complete. And next we have a couple of random things here. One is the instruction manual for Gunsmoke. It has the Captain Commando advertisement on it as well. Capcom game. Ended up not coming out on the NES. It came out on the SNES, and there probably was an arcade cabinet, and that's most likely why this is the way that it is. Because as you see on the back, Premier Worldwide Arcade Game Designer. But I never really played too many arcade games like the older ones. Growing up, it was mostly like beat 'em ups like X-Men and TMNT and stuff like that. Anyways, Gunsmoke NES, we did a Test Your Bits challenge a few months ago, which I won. I ended up maxing out the score in the game. I really do enjoy that game. I also beat the game without dying. I pretty much did everything you could in that game other than beat the game with like pistol only or something. So it's pretty cool to get the manual. It was a really good price. It was about, I don't know, it was like less than $10. That was pretty good. Shipped, by the way. Happy to have that. I'd like to get the box someday, but the box is like really freaking expensive, man. And going along with that, we have something that I need to go stuff into my Dragon Warrior box, if I can. Oops, upside down. So we got the Dragon Warrior poster, which is actually really fucking cool. I'm almost tempted to, it's got a lot of glare right now. Tempted to frame it. It's a weird size though, I think. But I got it mostly because of this. More in-depth dungeon maps. I pretty much have everything that you could have for this game at this point. I have like all the handbooks and the charts and the official strategy guide from Nintendo Power. This. So I'll be utilizing it when I do my replay through for the channel, which will be happening sometime soonish. Probably before the end of the year. Alright, moving on. Let's actually get the strategy guides out of the way. This one you've already seen if you watched my One Robot City video. But it is Advanced Dungeons & Dragons. Oh, it's actually just Dungeons & Dragons, not Advanced. Warriors of the Eternal Sun hint book for the Sega Genesis. It's a little bit rough. but this doesn't pop up very often. It's a game that I'm definitely going to be playing on the channel at some point. Really cool soundtrack, very interesting game. I was trying to bid on this actually on eBay about 3 months ago, and I forgot. I thought that it was ending the next day, but it ended the one night. And it actually ended for a pretty decent price. It was actually around the same price as that, but it was mint. Big regret, but I ended up finding that at Robot City, so I figured, fuck it, let's buy it now, right? Alright. Next, we have the Dragon Warrior 1 and 2 Prima's Official Strategy Guide. This is for the Game Boy Color version, the pack-in of 1 and 2. I will definitely be utilizing this when I play Dragon Warrior 2, because from what I understand, a lot, or not a lot, actually changed between the versions of the games. I do have a complete list of all the changes, but as far as like the gist of a lot of things, a lot of them didn't change too much. So you could hypothetically probably use this guide for Dragon Warrior 1 as well, but I'm going to use the official Nintendo Power one when I play through that. But these guides are not easy to come by, actually. There's not that many of them, and the ones that do exist are pretty pricey. I got this one on an auction for way below the buy it now going rate, if you will, and I'm happy to add that to the collection. Next, wish I paid, what was it, $11.49 for this one. It actually wasn't that bad. I was in the market for the Phantasy Star 4 Official Player's Guide, and I was able to obtain that for a pretty good price. Like I said, guys, if you are in the market for something, just like and watch stuff on Mercari and eBay. People will send you offers, and that's what happened here. I got like a 20% off offer, and it was easy for me to do. So, really happy to add this. This game is really cool. Never beat it, of course. Still have to play through 2 and 3, but I did tinker around with it, and I really enjoyed with what I did tinker. Which reminds me, I got the instruction manual as well, but I forgot to show that on this video. Oops. It's up on my shelf inside the box. Got a good price on that too. And next, we have something I got for free with my Amazon Rewards points, which is the Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask official Nintendo Power Strategy Guide for the N64. We're a ways away from getting to that, but I did want to get this into the collection. I already had the Ocarina of Time Nintendo Power Guide, so I'm happy to add this as well. Why? Oh yeah, that's right. So I already had this. This is the Dragon Warrior official Nintendo Power Strategy Guide, but I didn't have what was behind it. Which is another poster map. Believe it or not. Again, super cool poster. Super C, right? Super Contra. But on the back, we have the world map of Dragon Warrior, which also comes with the labeled shops, which is very good for me because I can never remember what's in what. So like I said, guys, when I say that I'm locked, stocked, and loaded for my Dragon Warrior playthrough, I meant it. And now if I could figure out how to close this again. There we go. But I was just lumping it in with the Dragon Warrior Strategy Guide because this is too big to fit into a box. And I'm not going to frame it, obviously, if I'm going to be using it, so... Just gonna put it in with the Dragon Warrior Strategy Guide. And lastly, for the strategy guides, we have Breath of Fire 3. So yes, now I have Breath of Fire 1, 2, 3, and 4 strategy guides. I'll need to get the Dragon's Quarter one for the PS2 at some point. Got this for a very good price. Took a long while to get here, unfortunately. But thankfully, when all was said and done, it got here in good shape. I actually think, if I remember correctly, I think the spine was starting to come off a little bit in one section, which happens sometimes with these older guides, but overall it's in really good shape. And the price was way better than anything else that I saw on the internet, so happy to add that, and I will be getting through the Breath of Fire series as well at some point. Alright, next we're going to get into a mishmash of things. Some of these, well, no, actually I owned all of these cartridges, so I'll just go through as I go. First, Crystalis, which is an action RPG on the NES. There's also a Game Boy Color version, I believe. It's pretty cool. I'm hoping to, I might actually start playing it tonight as of recording this video. I don't know. I gotta think it over. I don't know. I'm about to go on vacation, so I don't know if I want to record an RPG or start an RPG so soon to vacation time, but I already had the cartridge for this. I ended up getting a complete copy, and then I sold the cartridge. So pretty cool. It's in really good shape as well, as you can see. Very happy with that. Next, we have Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest. Great game, regardless of what people say. Yes, poor translation, but still a great game. I bought this complete, but I already had the cartridge and the manual. I sold those already. I got it for the box. The Castlevania boxes are pretty hard to come by. Unfortunately, the seller did not tell me that the top folds were ripped off, but I don't cause a big stink, so I just accepted it. It was a good price. Couldn't complain too much, but I wish, you know, when people are selling stuff like that, you gotta disclose that, in my opinion. Next, we have Ninja Gaiden. Same deal, guys. Already had the cartridge and the instruction manual. Found a complete copy for a good price. It actually still has the baggie, too, which goes around the game and the dust sleeve. I really wanted the box. One of the best games on the Nintendo for sure. Did a deathless run of that recently. Wanted the box. Got the box. Sold the cartridge and the manual already, so pretty cool. Next is another pickup. If you guys saw my Robot City video, this was actually just a box copy of Double Dragon 3, which wasn't a big deal because I already had the instruction manual and the cartridge, which I sold the extra cartridge, and now I have it complete in box, and this price was nuts. It was about 50% off of what the lowest one was on eBay, so very happy with that. Seems to be a little sun faded on the front, but that doesn't really bother me. Structurally sound, as you could see, so I'm happy with that as well. Next was actually a box only purchase. Again, I already had the instruction manual and the cartridge. Fester's Quest, baby. You know, I like my Addams Family games. It's not a bad game, despite what the Angry Video Game Nerd says, I promise you. So, it was like, I don't know, 12 bucks, 13, 14 bucks or something for the box, so I was happy with it. It's in pretty good shape as well. And now I have it complete. You'd be surprised the muscle fatigue holding these games up, I tell you. It was easier when they were loose cartridges. Next is another one that was on my Robot City video, The Magic of Scheherazade. This is a game that I only had the cartridge for. I sold my double, and now I have it complete, including not only the instruction manual, but the map. It's a pretty cool action RPG that doesn't get talked about that much on the NES. In ways could be looked at as a Zelda clone. I will be getting to this as well at some point on the channel. Pretty much every game you see at some point I hope to get to, so. And that'll be it for the NES games. Let's get into some other goodies. Alright, another quick one here. We got SNES Kirby's Dream Course, a game that I already had the cartridge for. Again, I found it wasn't a complete copy actually, it was a box and then the manual separately, but apparently complete. This is a pretty expensive game and I had no idea. So for the prices that I found the box and manual for, I figured screw it, let's complete it. And for those of you that don't know, it's basically another fun Nintendo sports game essentially. It's kind of like futuristic golf in a sense with Kirby. Tough to explain. It's interesting. I'll probably get to it at some point, but it's not like in my, you know, not in the hole, so to speak. All right, couple more things to go through. I'm sweating to death. We're at the tail end of a heat wave here. So, okay. Let's see. I guess we'll just go with this. So, a previous pickup video, I got Super Mario Land 2 complete in box for the Game Boy. And obviously I wanted Super Mario Land 1, so I was looking for it, couldn't find a really good price. And then boom, out of nowhere, I find Super Mario Land complete, and it's the greatest hits version, whatever it's called back then. Not a big deal to me. But it also came with Dr. Mario complete on the Game Boy. So these were purchased together, and they're in very good shape, and they are complete. And the price that I got this lot, was the price of the going rate for just Super Mario Land, which was awesome. And much like as you could assume with the rest of the stuff, I already had cartridges for these and I already sold the doubles, so not too much loss to speak of, and very happy to have more complete in box Mario games for the Game Boy. And lastly, wrapping up the Game Boy action for this video, it's going to be 2 games of the same cloth that are complete. One I got at Robot City, one I got on eBay. And again, sold the doubles. And that is both copies of Dragon Warrior Monsters 2, Kobe and Terra's Adventure. Kind of like Pokemon Red and Blue, essentially. but for Dragon Warrior monsters. And these are complete. They came with everything that they came with originally. I believe they even have the inserts, you know, like the mail-aways, registration cards, and things like that. So pretty cool stuff. I will be getting to these games as well on the channel. Very excited for them. But obviously we got to play through Dragon Warrior Monsters 1 before that, right? Alright guys, and we're about to wrap up the video. We have 2 more things remaining. We're going to be diving into the PlayStation variety. PlayStation 2 to be exact. I guess first we'll start with this. Recently-ish, I played through Wild Arms on the Sony PlayStation 1 for my channel. This is Wild Arms Ultra Code F, which is a remake / reimagining of Wild Arms. Pretty cool. Apparently it's good. Apparently it's not wonderful. This is complete. Comes with the bonus anime DVD as well as the game, obviously, and the instruction manual. Got it for a really good price. Seems like the prices on the Wild Arm games are going up considerably as time goes on, but managed to snag this one for a good price. And obviously I love Wild Arms quite a bit, so I will be playing this. Very interested to see how they handled the remake. And lastly, probably the biggest pickup of them all. Price was can't say it was the most wonderful price, but as far as completeness and condition, that's why I got it. And that is Wild Arms 5 on the PlayStation 2. So pretty cool, you know, collector's thing here. You can see. So this came with a exclusive 80-page Wild Arms art book. I guess I'll open it up for you guys real quick. I don't need to show you the art book. We could look at that in a later video, but here's the game itself. And since it's a part of a collector's edition sort of thing, I just realized I gotta switch the case out for this. We have some bending, you can kind of see it there. Not a big deal, I have a million PS2 cases. But as you can see, it doesn't really have like a traditional back because it was meant to be in the collector's edition. So pretty cool. Now I have Wild Arms 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and Ultra Code F. To my knowledge, the only Wild Arms game that I still have to get is the one on the PSP. XF, is that what it's called? Can't remember, but either way, we're almost there. And that's it for the pickups, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. As usual, lots of RPGs, lots of complete goodness. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite pickup of this video was. Did you guys get anything cool recently? If you did, let me know as well. Obviously, like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Helps out my little channel. See you guys in the next pickup video. Take care.